Very good morning to all of you. We are on Unit 3 of the subject Business Research Methodology for Semester 4. Unit 3 talks about data analysis and interpretation. The data which we have collected through questionnaires or by any of the methods, the primary data which we have collected is raw data, which is of no use as it is. So this data needs to be cleaned up, or this data needs to be processed properly. What is data processing? Data processing is a process where the raw data which you are collecting is made suitable for analysis, right, and interpretation. So how do you do data processing? You have to follow editing, coding, classification and tabulation. So today's lecture we are going to talk about data processing and its different steps. Data processing begins after data is collected. So you are preparing the data, making the data ready for further analysis and processing. You have to input the data. So for that you have to make the data compatible to your system in which you are going to input the data. Once the data is fed in, it is processed, then you get an output which is later on interpreted and stored. When you process data, you go through these steps. Which are these steps? Editing, number 1. Coding, number 2. Classification, number 3. Tabulation, number 4. And graphic presentation, number 5. So in data processing, there are 5 steps. I am reminding you again, after data is collected, it has to be processed. After processing, the data can be analyzed and then later on interpreted. So we are just in between now. So data collect हो चुका है, अभी हम लोग डेटा प्रोसेसिंग कर रहे हैं, यानी डेटा को अच्छी तरह से अरेंज करना, उसको अच्छी तरह से सिस्टमैटिकली टैब्यूलेट करना, क्लासीफाई करना, ताकि लेटर ऑन आपको एनालिसिस के लिए वो काम आए. ठीक है. So processing of data consists of these 5 different steps. Now let us see each of them. Step number 1 is editing. What is the meaning of editing? Editing करना मतलब जो data आपने collect किया है, that may have some errors, that may have some omissions. किसी ने आपका जो form है, questionnaire है, वो अच्छी तरह से नहीं भरा है, कुछ incomplete information दिया हुआ है, या फिर कुछ गलत information दिया हुआ है. So all those things need to be checked. If you don't do this editing part, what will happen? The data which you are collecting will not give you correct results. So editing is very important. For example, there is a form in which one of the respondent has answered the question of what is your age as 32 years. And there is another question later on in the same questionnaire which asks how long have you lived in your current address, has written 48 years. So you can look at the discrepancy. It is not possible for a person who is aged 32 to live for 48 years in a particular address. So such kind of inconsistencies in the respondent's form need to be edited or corrected. When you are editing the data, you should see that the data which is the end product of the editing is becoming accurate. The whole editing process has to be economical, flexible, without any bias, uniform, consistent, complete and reliable. The second process in the data processing part, or the second step, is coding of data. Now all of you are very familiar with the word coding. We all have different codes for different things. For example, if I want to refer to a student of your class, suppose I want to refer to say Nidhi Pai of your class, right? So I will say SY, instead of saying second year Bachelor of Management Studies or BMS and then Nidhi Pai, I will say SYA. This is batch A. So SYA NP. NP stands for Nidhi Pai. So this is the code which I have devised. Or I can just call her by her roll number. Whatever is her roll number. Suppose her roll number is 5. So I can say SYA roll number 5. That way. So I am just making a code to facilitate my work. So in the same manner, the researcher will code the data. For example, if the gender is described as male or female, he can write M or F, right? Or he can give some numbers, numerical coding, like 0 for male and 1 for female, or 1 for male, 2 for female, anything, whatever the researcher feels convenient, right? So this is called as coding of data. Here there are some examples of station names and their codes, right? You see Jabalpur, JBP over here, Gandhidham, GIM over here, right? So these codes are for facilitating the railways. Why these codes are created? We don't know. That is for the ease of operation, or for ticketing, reservation, etc. So these codes are generated. Now when you talk about types of codes can be numerical codes. So if I give numbers as code, it is numerical code. If I give alphabets, it is alphabetical code. If I mix both, it is alphanumeric. SYB roll number 15. So ये हो गया alphanumeric. If I say only SYBNP, this is alphabetic. If I just say the roll number, it is numerical. So this way coding is done. So if coding has to be proper, it should cover all types of questions. It should not overlap. There should be a coding sheet which is used as a ready reference. Person who is doing the coding should be experienced, so that he or she does not make any mistakes. And appropriate use of numbers, symbols and alphabet should be used. For example, my subject is business research method. So I can keep the code BRM, and it is for SY, second year, semester 4. So I can give a full code SY SEM4 BRM. So it is an alphanumeric code which I have created. So it should be such that the researcher understands what that data is about. Then we go to the third step. First step हो गया आपका editing, second step हो गया coding. अभी third step आ गया classification. What do you mean by classification? The data which is similar, homogeneous means similar, is collected and kept together. That is called as classification. For example, all the respondents who are females, एक साथ उसका classification करो, या फिर all the students, suppose I am doing some online survey regarding your lectures or something. So all students staying in a particular place, I will classify, club it together. मुलुंड रहने वाले बच्चे, थाना रहने वाले बच्चे, it's there is some homogeneity. So classification means grouping the data which is homogeneous in character for interpretation. It should be unambiguous, confusing नहीं होना चाहिए, stable, flexible, suitable, there should be no overlapping, and there should be a proper sequence. The fourth in this steps of data processing is tabulation of data. आपने डेटा अच्छे से अभी टैब्यूलेट करना है, यानी कि अरेंज करना है इन अ प्रॉपर ऑर्डरली मैनर इन रोज एंड कॉलम्स. इफ यू रिमेम्बर लास्ट ईयर स्टैटिस्टिक्स, आपने ये फ्रीक्वेंसी टेबल बनाया होगा प्रॉब्लम्स में. मैडम ने, सीमा अतरडे मैडम ने आपको प्रॉब्लम्स सिखाए होंगे जहाँ पे यू हैव टू क्लासिफाई द डेटा एंड देन टैब्यूलेट द डेटा, वेयर you will have a table in which you are writing down the frequency. So this tabulation of data is orderly grouping of data, arrangement in rows and columns. It is very useful to simplify the data. It will save the time and space of the researcher, helpful in comparative study, helps in analysis, measuring of and presentation of data. There is one concept called cross tabulation. Now if you have very simple data, say I want to just find the gender of the respondent, the male female हो गया, right? So this is simple data tabulation, but within that I have some more variables. So in males, how many live in Mulund, how many live in Thana, how many live in Bhandup वगैरह वगैरह. Same way in females, how many live in a particular place. Then again in that मुलुंड में जो रहने वाले हैं उनका age groups क्या है. So if I am having so many different variables, it is called as cross tabulation. The fifth and the last in the data processing steps is the graphical representation of data, all of you are very familiar with this particular topic also, because last year आपने ये किया ही होगा. You must have solved problems and drawn such graphs. So there are different ways in which data can be represented. This pictorial way of depicting the data helps you to understand the data better, understand it quickly. It could be in the form of pie chart, bar graph, line graph, Gantt charts, and histograms. Now, all of you are very familiar. I don't need to explain anything to you, but I'll just show you some examples. ये है हमारा pie chart. So here in the pie chart, you will see there. I'll just keep it up so आपको दिखाई देगा. Favorite types of movies. तो यहाँ पे there is color coding also, and you can see the size of each pie. So you will come to know. हाँ, तो यहाँ पे देखो कॉमेडी जो है वो 20% पीपल लाइक कॉमेडी. ओके. एक्शन मूवीज जो है वो 25% पीपल लाइक. रोमांटिक मूवीज 30% पीपल लाइक. ड्रामा 5%, देखो ये छोटा सा है. एंड साइंस फिक्शन 20% लाइक दिस. So looking at this pie chart only, you will understand many things. You don't have to see the data actually to find about it. So this kind of graphical presentation is very useful for the researcher. Now look at this. This is your bar diagram. ये जो है वो bar diagram है. तो bar diagram के अंदर भी when you look at the size of the bar, आपको बहुत सारी चीजें समझ में आने लगती है. So this is about, see, on this side, on the horizontal axis, you have names of sports: soccer, basketball, tennis, hockey, baseball, and here you have number of people who are playing that game. Okay? So when you look at this picture, can you tell me which game is more preferable? आपको दिखाई दे रहा है? I'll just enlarge it a little bit. हाँ, कौन सा गेम ज्यादा प्रिफर करते हैं लोग? Can you look at the picture and tell me quickly?
Soccer.
हाँ, soccer. See, look at the size of the bar, है ना? उसके बाद second आएगा basketball, उसके बाद baseball, उसके बाद tennis and hockey. Very few people play. So this kind of graphical presentation of data helps you to concise the data and helps you to understand the data very quickly. Then यहाँ पे आ गया histogram and bar chart. ये जो bar chart है, this is bar chart. तो bar chart जो है उसके बीच में space होता है. Whereas histogram जो होता है similar ही होता है, but उसके बीच में space नहीं होता है. And the same things when you are representing like this, you know, points से आप represent करते हो और उसको join कर देते हो, तो उसको बोलते हैं line graph. Now this Gantt chart is something new for you maybe. So what is a Gantt chart? Gantt chart is the name because it is made by a person known as Gantt. This particular chart explains the relationship between activities required to complete the project. For example, यहाँ पे ये प्रोजेक्ट है जिसमें आपको ये डायग्राम ऊपर कर देती हूँ एक सेकेंड.